Hey friends, welcome back to our channel, 6 Miles to Go. It is Chelsea here. In this video, I'm excited to share some fun summer resources that you can use with your kids to help them retain what they learned during the school year.
Are we there yet?
So, I wanted to share some things with you guys because even prior to us homeschooling or anything like that, in the summers I always try to do things with the girls to help them retain what they learned during the school year. I didn't want them to lose all of the information and knowledge that they gained the year before during the summertime. And so I'm going to share some of the things that we've been doing and some new things that we're going to be doing for our summer school. The first thing is schedules. So if you watch my channel, you already know I'm a big scheduler. That's just how I am. I like, having my schedules and my checklists. So summer is no different. We have our summer school schedule here. As you can see, each girl has a checklist. And I decided this year, prior years when the kids were in public school, to give you a little background, we did a very regimented, kind of like homeschool schedule on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It was from 9 to 2. Since we're homeschooling, I decided that it would be better this summer to kind of have a more chill schedule, since we'll be doing that and have a schedule like that during the year. So it kind of breaks things up so it isn't repetitive, the same thing over and over again. So for summer, it's a little bit more relaxed in the sense that the kids can complete most of these things at any time. And once they are completed, they will have access to devices in the house, like their phones or tablets or TV and things like that, and dessert if all of these things are checked off at the end of the day. As you can see on here, they have their chores on here, hygiene things, and to complete their learning packets. I will show you that here in a minute. Read for an hour, and actually Layla's, I meant to change hers. Hers is 30 minutes. For Layla, I'm going to talk to you about education.com. She either hops on there and it reads a storybook to her that she can follow along with, or I read with her and point out some of the words that we've been working on, like little sight words that she can read, and she reads those words and I read the other words. They will be doing history and science, which I will share more about later in this video. And like I said, once they're done, me or their dad will check off everything and sign it, and then they will have access to their devices. I found these at Dollar Tree at the beginning of the year, school year, for Layla to do tracing her letters, and they worked really well for that. And I just actually stuck the paper that came in it back in there because it has some addition and subtraction problems on the back, which I had let them do a few times at the beginning of the year. Now it's kind of easy for her because these are really simple. But these work wonderfully for that, for practicing writing on pages that you want to use over and over again with a dry erase marker, or for things like this, checklists, sticking to it. Just stick it in there and then check it off every day, and I don't have to reprint it each week. It saves a little bit on paper. So for schedules, that's what we are doing this summer. I've shared with you guys before that I really struggled getting my kids to do their chores, so hopefully that checklist will help this summer, and then I might create something similar then when we switch over to our fall schedule and routines. Education.com I found like 2 or 3 years ago when I was looking for stuff for the girls to do in the summer to kind of review those skills that they learned. They have these fantastic study packets that are curated and put together for you for, I think it's grades up through 5 if I'm not mistaken. And not only do they have all the worksheets and everything divided by day in here, but they also give you the answer key. And it's really good about these packets through education.com. And so each grade level has 6 weeks of packets on there of this independent study packet. Now they have additional packets. They have math and science, just wonderful resources, especially if your kids are struggling in a certain area. I know after we finish these independent study packets with Naomi, then we're going to jump into some of the math multiplication division packets they have on there, because that's something she was struggling with, so that we can really get that solidified before we start next school year. So what I would do is I would do 6 weeks of their current grade level, or the grade level that they're coming out of. And then the next 4 to 6 weeks, just depending on when we started on the packets and when their school resumed, I would do the grade level that they were going into. And that one, of course, they would struggle with because they hadn't learned some of those things, but we would go over it, and whatever they were grasping quickly, we'd kind of run with it. Things that were too hard and frustrating for them, which I didn't really run into a whole lot of, we just, left it because they would be learning it the next year, so that wasn't a huge deal. But I found these packets to be very helpful, especially when you're working or you don't have a lot of time. It's just nice to have something that's already put together for you that you don't have to do a lot of pre-planning for. So that's the one thing we're doing. Also on education.com, they have games on there that the kids can play to go over some of the skills that they learned during the year so that they don't lose it. And that's a fun way for them to review it. It isn't like they're sitting down with a thick workbook doing a gazillion problems. They're playing games, they're having fun, they get prizes and tokens on there. That's the other thing that we're doing on education.com. Education.com is Common Core, so if you don't like that, you may not like education.com. I do want to throw that out there, but that isn't the only website like this. Like I've told you in the past, I use 123 Homeschool for Me. They have wonderful worksheets on there. I have not found anything that was put together like the independent study packets or like the workbooks that are offered on education.com. But they do have like just worksheets if you're looking for a specific thing for your child to work on. Education.com does cost. If you want to print off a lot of things, I think you can print like 3 workbooks a day for free. But then after that, you have to have a full membership. And I got it at the beginning of the school year, and I think it was close to $50 or $60 for the year, which I didn't think was bad to have access to all of these workbooks and resources for the kids. So that is what they will be doing for their independent study packets. For reading, The Good and the Beautiful, which if you saw my unboxing, we're using that for a lot of our subjects that we're doing next year for our homeschool. And you guys, they sent an email out, and I'm so excited that their math curriculum will be released early. I think it was June, which I need to hop on their website because we're like mid-June now, so I want to make sure I don't miss it. But I just wanted to say that really quick just in case any of you used The Good and the Beautiful and you didn't see the email that they sent out, that is going to be, the math is going to be released early, which is awesome. I'm so excited about that. They did a free like summer reading program sign up a few months ago, and I ordered it and it got delivered, and it's been sitting on my desk because it's been crazy. I don't know about you, but it's like April, May, and the beginning of June are like bonkers. Every single year, it's like right before the holidays, you say it's not, I'm going to pre-plan so everything's calm and relaxed, and it just all kind of hits at the same time. But now things are calming down, so I'm going to open this with you, and we're going to see what's inside. So let's see what's in here. And this is so cool because it didn't cost me anything. It was completely free. Let's go ahead and open the K through 3. And there's this little pamphlet here. Let's see. They have they have a reading log on here, and they will set their goal for how many books they want to read and record the books that they read. They encourage them to read at least 5 books. They're adding the stickers to the scene after they read a book, and they receive the book that we got from The Good and the Beautiful as their prize, and that's the one that's wrapped up. I'm actually going to leave it wrapped up so that the kids can open it, but I will put that, I will post that on here for you guys. I just don't want to open it up before they have the opportunity to open it, because opening, it's kind of like a little present that they get to open. It's a little explanation about the summer reading program, and they give them a bookmark, or I wonder, okay, this came on this one, so yeah. They give them 2 bookmarks, which is nice. This looks like the same thing that came through the K through 3, where it has the stickers that they add to the scene as after they read books, and then 2 bookmarks, and then let's see, is it the same amount of books that they recommend? Yeah, it's the same. And then a different book, yeah, a different book for 4 through 6. So I think the only thing that's different is just the books that they give them. This book is a little bit thinner than this one's a little bit thicker because it's a higher level. So they will be doing that this summer. We'll probably start the summer with this reading program. We are doing the reading program through our local library too. And of course they get prizes for reading books through that. And for history, we are doing Ohio history. And Ohio History Connection, if you're in Ohio, gives you these adorable passports to your Ohio history books that you can order online. I think they were like $4. But inside of here, it gives you different Ohio history locations and a little background on that location and a question that the kids will answer about the history there. And then you can put the date of the visit. Some have stamps, it looks like, that go on there. Oh, actually all of them. Yeah. So I guess when you go to these locations, we haven't done this yet. You'll get a stamp and then they'll put the date of the visit. But I really liked this, to go along with our Ohio history. On their website, they also have like a timeline that we'll be following as we learn different things. We started with this like in May, and we got to the Paleo Indians, and that was it. Because life got so hectic that I put it on pause, and so we're going to resume with it on Monday. And in the back, they have a historic sites and museum map for you and guide, which is pretty cool. So we'll be doing this, and on our channel, we're actually going to be taking you with us on these field trips that we do for Ohio history in a series called Discovering Ohio. I will create a playlist, and I'm going to put all the places that we visit in Ohio in that playlist, because we decided that we're going to do our out-of-state traveling during the year since we're homeschooling and we can take school with us. So during the summers when everything's busy, we're just going to hang out around Ohio and discover our own state. And so I will try to post a new video at least every other week of the stuff that we do. There are actually already a couple of videos on there because we've done some things around Ohio. But it will give you some ideas too if you're in Ohio, like things that you can do with your kids. We found some really cool, unique places that you don't hear a lot about. So I hope that it kind of gives you some fresh ideas for fun things to do in our own backyard. I found some fun games for us to play. We'll actually be using a lot of these during the school year. But summer, you just need that kind of wind down time. So I thought, integrating some of these games into our summer learning would be good to give them a break from, just learning out of textbooks. So I found these sight word books at the dollar store. I think it was probably 2 years ago, and had the girls working through them. And so I have the kindergarten first grade one, which was the one that London had been using when she was that age, that I'm having Layla use, and then this is the second and third grade one that London is doing that Naomi used back when I got it. But it basically just has sight words on it where you write them out, and then you complete a sentence, and then you write a sentence with it. And that's especially good for Layla because we're working on, reading and those beginning reading skills you need. And so I found this game on Amazon. It's called Matching Letter. And I am a part of a lot of the Amazon savings Facebook pages, and so I get a lot of this stuff with the promo code super cheap, which is nice. But it comes with letters. And there are several letters on each side of the cube, or there's one letter, sorry, on each side of the cube. So each cube has several letters on it. Cards that have words on it for her to spell out. And so what I do is I have been trying to find words that have similar endings. The last few weeks we've been doing at words. We'll just do this one. I think they all got mixed up, but this one's bat. So on the card, it spells it out. And what I do with her is I point to the letters and I tell her to spell it and say the letter names, just to make sure that she's doing well with her letter recognition, which she is doing really well. And then we say what each sound says. So I'll say, what sound does the B make? What sound does the A make? What sound does the T make? And when you put that together, it's bat. And so you put the card in this blue thing. I don't know what you would call this, but and she takes out these letter dice looking things, letter cubes, and she spells out the words with the cubes. And so this really helps her with her spelling, her phonics, and those beginning reading skills. So we started doing that, and she actually really likes doing this. With my older girls, as far as their spelling goes, we are going to be playing Scrabble to help them with their spelling skills. And then another game I wanted to share with you guys is this fishing game learning box. I also found this on Amazon. This is a math game, but I've been able to use it for different things. This game comes in this little box, and it has all these little fish, and on the fish there are numbers and math symbols. And there's a little magnet at the top. And then it also comes with these counting sticks, this little kind of pincher thing to pick them up, and then also 2 fishing rods. So there are several ways that we use this for each of my kids. For Aiden, when he gets the fishing rod and he picks up a fish, and you just hold it over there and it will be drawn to one of the magnets like that, okay? When he picks it up, I'll ask him what color it is, and we'll say the color together, and then we'll look at the number on the back. This one's 11, and it comes with these counting sticks, and so we will use the sticks to count to 11 to practice his counting. So that's what we do for Aiden. Aiden is 2, so he's not quite ready for, you know, a lot of math, but that's what we do for him at that toddler age. Then Layla, who is 4, she'll be 5 here in a few weeks. We are working on beginning addition with her. So I let her pick from the first row, which is numbers 1 through 7. She picks 2 numbers, and she always has to choose addition, which is the red fish, and she adds them together using the counting sticks. So for instance, if she has, she picks the number 1 and number 2 with a plus sign, she would put 2 red counting sticks plus 1 orange counting stick and count them all together, which is 3. So she's working on kind of like beginning skills when it comes to addition. So that's what Layla's doing. She'll be going into kindergarten in the fall, just to give you kind of an idea of her age. For Naomi, or sorry, I skipped London, sorry. For London, when she does this game, she can pick any of the numbers, of course, and she is doing currently addition and subtraction, so she can pick either the red fish, which is addition, or the orange fish, which is subtraction, and add or subtract the 2 numbers that she gets. And the kids do get points for right answers, and each week, you know, or each day that we do it, sometimes we'll do it more than once a week, we'll add it up and see who the winner is. And then for Naomi, she once again can pick any of the numbers, and she's working on multiplication and division. And so usually she tries to do the first 2 rows because, like I said, she's still working on her multiplication and division, and she, you know, wants the lower numbers, but I'm going to be encouraging her in the coming weeks as we kind of drill those addition and subtraction, or sorry, those multiplication and division equations that she tries a little harder numbers. So that's this fish game. And then finally for science, I'm excited because we have all of these science kits laying around our house that family members have bought the kids. My mom buys a lot of them. Their cousins buy some for them, and we just have not had the opportunity to use them yet, so I thought summer would be the perfect time to use them. So we are going to be doing these science kits for our summer learning. And we also, my mom bought the kids an ice cream maker like 2 or 3 years ago. We've never made ice cream, so we're going to be talking about the science of ice cream and using our ice cream maker for the first time. And so I'm really excited to do this, and if we run across a cool experiment, we will share it with you. My kids have watched all the episodes of Emily's Wonder Lab. They really like that show, and there's a few experiments on there that we're going to give a try, and we probably will go ahead and post those on our channel to share with you guys and how they turned out, hopefully good. But that's basically that's what we're going to do for science, just keeping it simple. For Bible, we are actually just going to focus on the videos the kids do at our church. So our church uses Orange Learning. It's a fairly popular curriculum that churches use, and they have videos that go with it and activity sheets and things for you to do during the week. And so we are going to dive into that and take a break from our Route 66 Bible curriculum that we used this past year. We'll resume with that in the fall. I hope you got some ideas for summer learning with your kiddos. As always, enjoy the road of life.